Hey everybody, it's Casey Williams. It seems like all of the automakers are struggling with what to do with their sedans. It's a crossover world, but I think Toyota's found the right solution for its Avalon replacement, the 2024 Toyota Crown Platinum Edition. Let's go have a look at it. One thing for sure, that looks nothing like an Avalon. Looks like a new Prius, a classic Celica, and maybe even a RAV4 crossover had relations, and this is what they ended up with. But I think it works out really well for this vehicle. I like the higher body, looks a little more like a crossover, somewhere between a crossover and a sedan. I think it works really well for this vehicle. And I like the looks. This is the Platinum Edition. I like the supersonic red paint, the black accents. I think it looks really cool. If you count them, there's 8 LED headlamps, 4 on each side. Again, very cool. Come around the side, and you start to see sort of the profile and how big of a car this is. This is a full-size sedan. This isn't the size of a Camry. It's really much closer to the size of the old Avalon. Those are 21-inch wheels, so it gives you a perspective of how tall this car really is. But they've done a nice job of not making it seem too tall and ungainly. I like the black trim, it kind of breaks up the body sides, just the curves. And come around the back, this nice fastback roofline. Again, I think it's really cool with all the black, the thin tail lamps. I think it all looks really well. Looks very futuristic. Looks like the hybrid that it is. And being a full-size car and a tall car, it has a pretty big trunk too. 2 to 4 people, no problem get your luggage in here. If you need more space, the back seats do go down. So a very practical, useful car too. The interior is what you might find in a big person's Prius, and I really do like it. Especially with the Platinum, you get all these bronze accents on the dash, even here on the seats, on the piping on the seats, and all the hardware here on the doors and stuff. I think this looks really, really cool. It has basically the same shifter as the Prius, just kind of flick it into gear. Looks good. Nice thick leather-wrapped steering wheel, flat screen instrument cluster, large touch screen. This has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, wireless phone charging down below. Just toss it right in there, right in the slot. Fits right in, it's nice. Dual zone automatic climate control, and a lot of luxury features. It has the JBL audio system, heated and ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, pretty much everything you need to be comfortable. I really like the panoramic glass roof. This one doesn't open. I would really like if the front panel at least opened, but at least it gives some light to the cabin. And being a Toyota and being a very large Toyota, it's also very, very safe. It has automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot warning, and rear crosspath detection. When you're carrying a family around, you can be confident that they'll be taken care of. Well, perhaps further blending the idea of a Prius and a crossover all in one car, the Crown comes standard with all-wheel drive and comes standard as a hybrid. So this one, top trim, delivers 340 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. So this is not a slow car, 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. And out on the highway, it's just smooth. You get the torque of the electric power system. Power is just routed to all 4 wheels just very seamlessly, and it just moves down the road very comfortably. Fuel economy, pretty darn good for a car this big. 29 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway. Problem is, if you're looking for 50 miles per gallon like you might get in a Prius, you're not going to get that. Keep in mind though, this is a full-size car, not a tiny little compact. But I like the ride height. I like sitting in it. I took my parents out to dinner over the weekend. About 70 years old. Easy to get in the car, easy to get out of the car. My mom even liked it quite a bit. Just thought it was a very nice vehicle. But driving it, it's just a joy. Those big wheels, honestly, you can they kind of slam over potholes and rough pavement. That can be a little bit annoying. But the car does drive well. It handles well. It's not as softly tuned as the old Avalon would have been, but it's not harsh either. It's a car you can drive very, very comfortably on the road. The styling of the Crown is not going to be everybody's idea of a beautiful car. I think it's very cool, and I like the black accents. I think it kind of has that 70s vibe to it, and yet it's got a super futuristic feel to it. Again, like a next generation Prius might. And I like the ride height. I like that you get in and out of it easily. It feels more like a crossover, but still has the feel of a car. It's not top heavy. I think they just got this one right. Fuel economy is great too. So price, the base price for the Crown is right at $40,000, and I think that's a really good deal for this car. This one though, it's got everything you want on it. It's equipped much more like a Lexus than a base Toyota. $56,183. But I think if you bought this car, I think you'd really enjoy it. Next week we'll have another fun ride. Until then, storm forward.